Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Lean. For this reading, I went for a short message for each astrological zodiac sign, so all the 12 signs. But before I expand some more on that and my intention and some about these beautiful seashells I wanted to show off, I just wanted to say, if you already watched the intro of the other elemental group, because there will be 2 videos about this, or like the ocean message, you can skip this completely because it will be exactly the same. I'm going to copy this. I already mentioned I will do all of the 12 zodiac signs. I want to state out you don't have to choose your sun sign for this reading. I actually, in fact, would say you can go for whatever sign that is popping up in regards to yourself. If you're a little bit more into astrology and your birth chart, we have all 12 zodiac signs in our charts and represented in our lives. So you can approach this for any other placement. Maybe you can watch several if something is going on. But I recorded this around the start of Pisces season. Regardless of that, it is a timeless reading, but I would say it is linked to energy of water and dream-like state. So maybe when you feel drawn to this, or whenever at another time you are coming to this reading and it's not Pisces season, but you do resonate with these energies, don't worry. I always put an intention out and I kind of keep it then in general, like this is the energies I'm feeling, I'm working with, and I ask then for messages or a message in regards to that. And in regards to, for this reading, that specific zodiac sign. But again, maybe you can look at it from your moon sign, because moon is very much linked to water. But any other placements, like with Neptune placements, you've had a dream and you're unsure about this, I think this will be your reading. I am going to do kind of these card readings or pick a card or stuff like that, because I want to use my deck collection more, and I thought with this deck it was so fitting, and I'm also near the ocean when I'm recording this. But yeah, this is the deck I will be using for all of the messages for both of the videos. I grouped the zodiac signs by elements, so we have water with Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and then the air elements, I think that will be in one video with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and then another video will be with the fire and earth elements, and the fire being Aries. Now I have to think, Leo, of course, and Sagittarius, and then the earth elements, the earth zodiac signs, Taurus, Virgo, and wow, my brain, Capricorn, of course. If you want to watch for the Capricorn or your Capricorn placement, I have something. I will have them in both videos, some bloopers at the end, but for the Capricorns it was really fitting. And I cut it out. I used it for the bloopers because I really started laughing because it was on point. Also, the bloopers, so I left some bits and pieces out. It will always be at the end of the video. I'll see if I put a timestamp of that too. And if you did watch the bloopers and you liked them, you can leave like a emoji or something, maybe like a water emoji. But I enjoyed myself. But it's a lovely deck. This is a mass market deck. You can find it in all the well-known, well, I want to say tarot shops, but actually shops where you can get these kind of card decks if you're interested, but water themed. And so with that, I'm gonna move this a little bit aside. I have some crystals here, but I'm also wearing, like, this is 𝐿𝓲𝓮𝓷'𝓼. I thought that was fitting. And well, these are just for me to help me focus. But I did wanted to show these beautiful shells. I went for a walk with my dog on the beach, and I found these and I picked them and I took them home with me. And that's kind of also where I felt like, oh, maybe I should do a reading on this. But yeah, the colors are a bit less intense when it's not wet, but I mean, it's not perfect, but I don't need perfect things. And I did also have some in the bloopers because I get distracted easily. If that's, I mean, if you will follow any of these videos, yeah. But I mean, you don't find these kind of shells a lot with where I live, like these. Like a lot of those, but not specifically with those intense colors. But yeah, and I found these. We have some kind of hills, like beach hills. I don't know what the correct translation is. And I found them there, and I thought they were like so cute. And I know they're normally for snails or anything like that, but I mean, yeah, I washed them out and look at them. They're cute. Sorry, I have a Pisces midheaven, and yeah, I think it's showing. I'm thinking of, are there any other things I wanted to say? There will be, I think, like a timestamp for like, this is where that element starts, this is where that element starts. But I think that's kind of it. Also, if I do refer to any things, usually I will link them in the description box. I don't think I've mentioned this in this video, but you'll sometimes see these kind of cards. I do talk about that in one of the upcoming videos. Already in advance, thank you for being here and for your time. I hope you get something out of the messages that I present to you. But if you like these, let me know in the comments or like the video. I have another pick a card reading that will be around Mars stationed direct already when this video comes up. I don't know when. I'm not going to put a time frame on it. I don't have a schedule or anything like that yet, maybe in the future. And I sometimes will also talk about decks in general because I love doing that. I love talking about my decks, and I need a place to talk about my decks. And this is my little, well, one of the little places on the internet. All of the other ways to find any of my content, you will find also in the description box below. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your reading, your message, and maybe I'll see you in another video. Bye. Also, I'm just looking at this. I think soon there will be a video of these two. These are the most recent ones, and they're also very, especially this one, dreamy-like. Yeah, I will use mostly Oracle, also Tarot. There will also be, I think, some deck pairings, because doing these kind of videos, I sometimes discovered, oh wow, these go really well together. Okay, now I'm going to stop talking. I'll see you at your reading. That's actually what I wanted to say.
This Pisces. Yeah. I wanted to pull one card, but you guys, maybe it's because it's your season, Pisces season. You guys got two cards. So let's look at them, shall we? So the first one is leaping through the air, and I'm seeing this as the main message and this as like a second extra. And it's titled, "A plan you have made is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering." So with the fish flying out of water, they're very vulnerable there, but they can pick up something and they're taking a risk, right? So if you're doubting on any things, or maybe look at your Pisces placement, in which house it is. That could say something about the area of your life where you could take a leap of faith, a risk maybe even. Well, I wouldn't say a risk. They're saying go for it. And then the second card that came for you guys is convey your meaning, reflect on the way you communicate with others and with yourself. Be sure to express your thoughts and feelings from your heart and with respect and sincerity. So there you go, in taking a chance on something, on working on projects. Maybe communication is an important thing, and then do think about the way you express yourself, and that it's coming from the heart. And well, I just read the message, right? It's clear, I think. Maybe the numbers or on the cards mean something to you. Usually how I use numerology is when you have two numbers, you count them together until you have one. So 45 is 4 plus 5 is 9. That is in the tarot the Hermit, and we are in the year of the Hermit. And then 41 is 5, is the Hierophant, which could mean a certain tradition or going to the next level. My keyword for the Hierophant is gatekeeper, not necessarily in a bad way, but yeah, this is your message. Hi Cancer, this is your message from the ocean. So apparently, at least the water signs are getting 2 cards. I wanted one message, but maybe it's because it's a water deck and I'm doing the water signs first. So yeah, you guys got 2 cards. I'll show them and then talk about like the overall message. The first is numbered 47. Together, if you want to use the numerology, is 4 and 7, so that's 11. If you want to link it to tarot, that will be Justice. The title of the card is Connect to Source. Go within to discover what needs to be done. Create the shift required to attract what you want. Interesting. So definitely checking in with yourself. What do you want, right? Especially Cancers are usually very attuned to the other people and nurturing them. But this is about you. Although I'm already seeing another message. The number is 28, which would be a number 10, which would be in the tarot the wheel. I'm already noticing then we're going from 11 to 10, so that's kind of like going back, but we'll see. The title from the card is Seeing Both Sides. Take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective. So overall, I would say for you guys, it's definitely, maybe there's a lot going on. Maybe there are a lot of people involved, maybe not, I don't know. But it's like disconnect a little to connect with yourself first, see what you want. It's not because you can tell what other people want that
you have to disregard or even forget what you wanted and just do what the other people wanted or want. No, keep checking in with yourself
and create something from there. But it's also saying, and that's why I'm saying disconnect a little, to try and look at things from a helicopter view and looking at things from different perspectives. But as I said, like it will be 11:10 and that's going back. So maybe it is about going back a little, the journey or whatever this is about, looking back how far you've come, or what you already did and what not, and what you still want to be doing or not. But also because it's going back, I wouldn't take into account too much of the other perspectives. It's hard to explain. I have a lot of Cancer placements, and like the personal ones, so I can relate. You can look at things from other people's perspectives and different perspectives, but it's still, you should still connect to your own to move forward. Yeah.
That's how I would summarize this message for you guys.
I hope that brought you something, and maybe see you on the next video. Hi Scorpios, this is your message from the ocean. I will go over both of them and then do the overall message. The first one, oh, such a beautiful card. I love orcas. It's number 3, in the light of the moon. A full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. Lovely message. Second card, number 12. Let's see if he kind of focuses. Are you replacing what was lost? You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. Well, there's definitely something brewing within you guys. What I'm noticing right away with the numerology things, like you have 3 here and 12, but with 1 plus 2, because often at times well, that's kind of the numerology I apply. You put the numbers together and then you have 1 and 2 is 3. So you have 3, 3. So maybe if you see those numbers, think about this message again.
And I'm being drawn to this full moon on the card.
So I don't know, maybe think about what was happening during the full moon. Yeah, I feel like that's because that's the first card. Something might have come up, maybe some fears. I know that was especially for me. And something that your soul is calling, and they're definitely saying that you have the opportunity to maybe redirect your path towards more what you truly want, you inherently want. But it's definitely a good overall message. The starfish here can replace their little arms here and like make them, if they lose one, they can grow another, I believe. Don't quote me on this. But I think that's a lovely message. I would say look back at what was going on in the full moon, and work towards that. And maybe if you see this number again and you think about it in the next full moon, maybe come back to this. I don't know. I hope this brought you something, and see you maybe in the next video. So I had to reshuffle, or well, I didn't have to, for the air placements because there were too many cards coming up and I couldn't, like, my brain got confused. I was like, how am I supposed to see this now? So we're pulling them again. Okay, so this is where we ended up. Gemini got 2, also Libra 1, and Aquarius got also 2. I don't know about this setting or why. The water signs all got 2 because, yeah, it's a water deck, water energy. I thought first I started with Pisces that it would only be Pisces, but Cancer and Scorpio also got 2 cards. All of the other signs got 1 card, but yeah, apparently the deck has to say what it has to say. So let's get to it. So Gemini, your 2 cards, we'll look at them and then discuss. I hope the lighting, because it already went dark and I had to use a little lamp and it's not perfect because the other one died. It has to charge apparently. Anyways, doesn't matter for your cards. First card, number 42, gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you are trying to accomplish. Okay, interesting. We'll look at the second. Number 28, seeing both sides. This card has popped up for several signs. It was in the water element and in the fire element, I think. Take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective. Okay, so it's definitely, I mean, with Geminis, a lot of mental energy, and that can be really fast and that can be really enjoyable. But these cards definitely say, both of them, slow down, take a step back, take your time, being no pressure. I think with the renegotiating here and seeing from both sides, with dreams and stuff, maybe you set some goals, dreams you want to work towards, maybe with someone else, maybe in partnerships, and that can be like more business-like. But maybe you kind of have to zoom out, slow down a little, and see, maybe we need to renegotiate, we need to recalibrate. That's definitely like the energy that is saying here. Also with being very dreamy and creative and flowy, and kind of water moves, very flexible in all ways. I would say it's looking at things from different perspectives, and it's being flexible. And maybe you need to re-look and reset some dreams, some goals, some paths you were working towards your dreams, and renegotiating, then talking about maybe the pressure that's been set. Maybe talk about why there's so much pressure from you or the other side, or whatever people or situation this is. You could definitely look at your Pisces placement, and by that I mean especially look at the house it is in. There are 12 houses and they represent a certain area in our lives, and then apply this message to that. Also, I usually look at the numbers. I almost went over it. 42 with 4 and 6 being 6. It's definitely about making choices, because in the tarot that's the Lovers, but that's not necessarily for me linked to something romantic, because it's about making a choice and choosing. Are you going to go for like maybe the shorter path, the very pleasury, creative, could be, and the other being more the long-term, foundational, like step by step. Maybe you need to change up things, and take into account everyone that's involved too, because 28, so 2 plus 8 is 10, that's the wheel. So something definitely needs to change here, and some other choices need to be made. That's how I would kind of convey this message. I hope you got something out of it, Gemini. You can always let me know. I'd love to know in the comments section if you want to share. And well, maybe I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hi, Libra. There's one card for you. Let's look at it. Oh, wow. Beautiful card. It's number 32. Wow. Total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. I think that's a really beautiful card to get. Especially, I mean, this deck, if you want to watch any of the other signs, maybe for other placements in your chart, because this deck doesn't hold back, and it's always so on point of giving sometimes the messages that I'm like, oh, that's gonna be not so easy for that sign, like in a stereotypical way, because Libras to me is all about balancing, and total submersion is kind of like the opposite, right? So it's definitely in with dreaming and creativity that's linked to Pisces energy, letting yourself go into that. With the numerology, 32 is 3 plus 2, number 5, and 5s often give you some sort of challenges, and in the tarot it's the Hierophant. And it's kind of like, you see a lot of the times this person sitting at a gate, a portal, or like a stairway, and he's this depiction of this person sitting there. It's like you get an invitation to move through a portal, to go into maybe something new. It could be with someone new, but I usually see this at looking at situations or projects, what this is talking about. Like I want to say next level, but that doesn't necessarily mean like better. Well, of course it will be a new experience and you learn new things, but not like in what you were before or the situation you were in was bad. It's just another layer, and it's inviting you, are you willing to step up? It could also be about asking, well, not asking, but looking for a guide or someone that's more familiar when you approach this, looking at your houses and the placement. Your Libra or your Pisces is in the house, the area of your life, where you're like, oh, this is really unfamiliar for me and I want to have some support. I want to have some guidance from someone who's more familiar with these themes. That could also be like, yes, do that. But it's definitely about not being too much of like the stereotypical Libra and just going all in, especially like dreamy creativity. So that's kind of how I would sum up this message for you guys. I hope you got something out of it, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Aquarius, hi. This is your message that I pulled from Whispers of the Ocean. I'm not going to repeat this. I said this in the intro normally, but you got 2 cards, okay? If you haven't seen this, I had to redraw for the air element because there were too much cards coming up. So I don't know if I said this with the other 2 signs, Gemini and Libra, but I think there's definitely a lot of mental energy going on, maybe because of the Piscean energy that comes along with it in the dreams, and maybe it does feel like it's not clear. So I hope this message at least brings you some clarity. So let's look at your cards. I'm sorry for the lighting. The first is number 41, titled Convey Your Meaning. Reflect on the way you communicate with others and with yourself. Be sure to express your thoughts and feelings from your heart and with respect and sincerity. This card actually has popped up with other signs too. So, and definitely like for an air element, how you communicate, but we'll get back to it. Your second card, I want to hold it here because it's darker here, I'm sorry. But it's number 39, back on task. Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine-tuning. Okay, so I would definitely right off the bat say that the way you're getting your message across or how you're communicating could get some fine-tuning, or you should look at that. Like with dreams and stuff, maybe you haven't been too much doing things or communicating about your dreams also towards your community. I don't know from which placement or Aquarius placements you're looking at this in your own chart, because it doesn't necessarily have to be your sun or rising, but look at the house then and what area in your life this message could be applied to. But also in looking at your Pisces placement, maybe there's something there that needs some fine-tuning. And yeah, the thing I want to say is it definitely is about communication. One last thing, let's look at the numerology, because I like to do that. 41, 4 plus 1 is 5, the Hierophant. So there's definitely something that will need to, oh, okay, yeah, I'm seeing already the other one. Let me go first to the other number. So 39, 3 and 9 is 12. And yes, I should 12, 1 with 2 is 3, and 3 is about like definitely community energy with others. But 12 is also, because I related a lot to the tarot, the Hanged Man or the Hanged One, and it's looking at different perspectives. So maybe something in regards to your dreams, but also in communication about them, needs to be relooked at. It needs to be like, take it to a standstill first and look at things, maybe how it is affecting right now already other people or your community, and something needs to change in how you communicate on that and fine-tune it and then move forward again. That's kind of how I would convey this message for you guys. I hope that helped. I hope that got you some clarity. If you want to let me know how or if this resonated, please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious because I don't know I'm doing this. Like, I don't know you guys. I don't know the placements you have. But yeah, I hope you got something out of it, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
3, 2, 1. Knip, knip, lean.
This is your card. I'm sorry if the lighting is not perfect anymore. It's taking me a while, and one light I can't use for the moment because it's loading, and I hope this one still gets me through the last signs. Is it focusing, or should I? I went into this way too quickly. Lean knippen. Again, that's kind of what went on, but I have Mercury in Gemini. So yeah, it's a lot. Well, 2 other or 3, I don't know. That's, I mean, I've talked about this in other videos, and maybe I'll talk about it in the intro, and this and that, and they want to look at everything and balance all the energies out during Pisces season, or whenever the Piscean, is that what it's called? Piscean energy is. I don't know from which angle you're coming from this, from which placement. Wow. I'm gonna take a breather. Let me take a sip from my tea, because the light is dimming and I want to get this. I wanted something shorter. Don't be so focused on the goals. I should see if everything is still clear, because it's darkening, and that's why I was talking so fast. I think that's too hard. Maybe I want to turn these because they're so beautiful on the inside. I have a Pisces midheaven, by the way, so maybe if that wasn't clear already. It's funny because it's 12 here. I mean, come on. No, this is... Wait, let me check to be like completely sure, because for some reason I started doubting my tarot knowledge. I don't know why, but I think, yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I will explain why I'm laughing, but I mean, seriously, this is a message for the Capricorns. Okay. It's fitting when you combine it with Pisces energy, but yeah. From my microphone is already popping up. I'm sorry, because I know 7 is a chariot, 8 is strength, usually in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Doesn't matter. I know like the stereotypical like traits of like Aquarians, or sometimes like it's more about the community and less about the individual, because they follow their own path, and at the same time that's so like individual, but it's not like, I don't know how to explain this. Take it if it resonates.
Poging 10.000.
Allow yourself to be strong, beautiful person you are capable. No, allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being.